1, NS Hosa, Axiom Acer, MVP, FX Open, LGIM, Azubu, Prime, Startail.
Welcome back to the GSTL. Currently, Startail down 1 game. They've called upon Avenge, the former ZenX player, to see what he can do.
Yeah, a lot of the former ZenX players are doing really well on the Startail team. They blossomed and their skill was taken to another level, especially, of course, the one prime example is Life, but Avenge also a very strong player to face, already in Code A. Here we have the Startail bench.
Yep.
They're down a game.
Bomber reminds me of somebody. I look at him and I'm like, who does he remind me of? There's like another Korean player that I'm having a connection with through Bomber right now. Like I look at Bomber and I see somebody else, but I forgot who he is. It's weird.
Well, you might actually find out later.
Yeah, if I do, I'll let you guys know for sure. The map is Akalon Wastes.
Yeah. I actually think that Marine King switched to the red rims because he's in some kind of bloodlust mode right now. Like the spell that we had in Warcraft 3, that's what he's going for right now.
Either that or he dropped them in a pool of blood and picked them up like, I don't know, when he was having a fight with somebody.
You know what they say, I'm gonna leave this world as I entered it.
Yeah?
Covered in blood and screaming.
They do say that.
Well, let's hope that that's not gonna happen today in the studio. But Marine King definitely going to be very happy if he can take down another player. He's already 1-0 in the team match here. If he can pull off another all-kill, and suddenly the Prime team would be the only team that could all-kill twice. But we're not there just yet. So far, it's just a 1-0. And I don't really expect an all-kill against a team like Startail.
I don't think so. Marine King has done it in the past, though. It is possible. Here we are going into game number 2. Prime versus Startail. Marine King versus Avenge. Casted by Calvo.
Prime player to the bottom right of the map of Akalon Wastes. 1 win so far for his team. He called himself Boxer, was named Foxer for a long time, and then switched his ID to
Marine King Prime.
Alright, what's up with that shaky camera? That's like my videos I took on YouTube I had to fix.
It's like the legend beat.
Yeah.
All to the top left, we have Marine King's opponent, the second player for the Startail team. He is
Startail Avenge.
Very apt name for what is going on here. His teammate has been taken out.
Yep, and he's
here
trying to avenge him. Well, we're going to find out what exactly Marine King is up to in this game. This is one of those maps where if you have a good multitasking, you can do quite a lot with Medivacs. Now the speed boost, bounce between the bases.
Really good map for the Medivacs, especially when it comes to late game when you've got base all over the map. We don't oftentimes see late game in this matchup on this map, but in other matchups it goes, this map is one that goes for the long, long late game. Part of the reason why is you can take your first 4 bases relatively safely and easily. When it comes to taking a 5th, that's when things get really far away, and that's when late game drops become a big problem. But in this matchup, I don't know if we'll ever get to a 5th base. Probably not. It's entirely possible though.
Well, at this point, I really want to see what Avenge's plan is, more than what Marine King is going to do here. I feel that he's the one who has to prove something right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, his teammate already lost. He's not the one that has been picked. There's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. And Marine King is going for command center first here.
Wouldn't be Marine King if he weren't. And
I guess so.
Avenge comes to scout, and he's going to see what he already predicted.
Trying to, of course, delay it for as long as possible. Already trying to take down the hit points of the SCV. The second one comes out. Here is the barracks being built. I'm really excited to see if Avenge is now starting to go for a really aggressive build because of it. Think about it. We've been talking a lot about how if you get the Mothership Core out early, you can chrono boost your own gateway and then get, let's say, 1-2 Stalkers out there. So this is one of the things that he could do, and it could do a lot of damage.
And there's a lot of flexibility for him with his double gas he's taken. He had 3 and 3 with the gas, so that's going to delay his Nexus unless he pulls out after the Mothership Core is started. He could do several builds on this map. For example, Blink Stalker all-ins are really strong on this map. He could just go into that and try to punish Marine King because his command center is on the high ground. He's going to be kind of stuck up in his base for a little while. It's going to be hard for him to scout. And also, he knows that Widow Mines are not going to be on the table anytime soon. He's already scouted with his probe, no gas.
Well, here comes already the Mothership Core. Does he chrono boost his gateway? Yes, he does. He completely skipped, of course, the Zealots. No need for it at this point. Going straight into the Stalker. I would be surprised if he chrono boosts the second one out there. And the really big problem for Marine King would be that defending against this is very difficult, especially since all those Marines can be picked off. Second Stalker is going to be built. No, he's going straight into the Twilight Council. Look at that.
Yep. And I think he's going to go for the Blink Stalker, all I was talking about. He knows he can deny scouting with his Stalker that first comes out. He has it out early. He's already scouted with his probe that there's no second SCV coming. He already knows this for sure. And now he can hide his tech really well. The only thing he has to worry about as far as tech-wise is a scan. That's the only way Marine King can see what he's doing.
This is really, really cool right now.
There's the 3 gates. You usually do this with 3 gateways. You can add a 4th one if you want to. Depending on how long the attack goes, how many probes you end up making. He's made 22 right now.
And Marine King doesn't have scouting information at all. Here comes now the Mothership with the Stalker, and this is the pressure that we've been talking about, and Marine King probably also expected it. Blink has already been started. We are going into those additional gates. Marine King, he doesn't know what's coming. He has no idea. He might suspect that there's just an Nexus being built.
Yeah, he has no idea. This pressure doesn't mean anything. It doesn't reveal anything. Now, what's really critical for Avenge right now is he does not lose the Mothership Core. He's going into 4 gateways with this.
Oh yeah, you're definitely right. He needs this.
Yeah, the Mothership Core, if it dies, then the attack stops.
The position where he's in now is really good. He has still a high ground vision, so he can use the Stalker to attack a little bit, maybe even pick off the SCV. Not likely gonna happen, but all that he wants to do is occupy Marine King, keep him busy, and make sure that he doesn't scout.
Yeah, and every hit point he takes off of these Marines is not going to come back to life, whereas the shields on the Stalkers will while he's doing the Blink Stalker attack.
Yeah, the bunker is now up. The forward pylon is ready, though.
Yeah.
The gateways are done. Blink is nearly completed.
He can attack from 2 different angles. He can go into the natural and go around the back there, or he can go to the main base at the 3rd where he has that second pylon queued up.
And why is this build so strong, guys? The reason being is that you now have the high ground vision provided by the Mothership Core. You don't need the Observer anymore to jump into the base. So suddenly you have this flying unit that can detect the high ground, and then you can use your Blink Stalkers to blink up, which changes the timings quite a lot if you compare it to Wings of Liberty. Yep. This is exactly what we see here now. And let's see if Marine King is ready to face it.
He doesn't have Stim yet. Stim is kind of the nail in the coffin for holding this push. If you can hold out until Stim is done, usually you just take the game there. But he's going to have to be very careful. He doesn't have his Marines in the main anymore. Blink is done, and he does not have anything to protect his very important Stim research.
And the Marauder is already down. Here comes the Time Warp. This is so well done by by Avenge. Marine King is immediately pulling the SCVs to repair the Tech Lab.
Yeah, the Tech Lab does survive here, but he's losing a lot of his Marines. A misclick, though, by Avenge causes him to lose a few of his Stalkers.
And here come those blinks, but he needs to blink a little bit better. His micro is a bit off compared to Marine King here, and he doesn't do the damage that he wants to deal.
Yeah, and he also almost lost his Mothership Core. If Marine King had targeted that Mothership Core would have absolutely been dead.
And guys, let's not forget that at this point there is no second base for our Protoss player, which means that if Marine King actually defends here, it's all over for Avenge. The Widowmine is already in the game. We have Marauders, we have Stim nearly completed. This doesn't look good.
He needs to micro perfectly with the Stalkers. Now another Time Warp goes down. The SCVs are going down as well. This looks like more promising now for Avenge.
Yeah, he does. The Widowmine is not here to change anything in this game. The Marines from the bunker are moving out, trying to force the Stalkers back.
And the Stalkers target down that last Marauder. The Time Warp, of course, going to fade away very soon, but he's starting to lose depots. He needs more Widow Mines, and he needs them fast.
He's building them already. One is ready on the high ground, just being burrowed. Another one trying to make sure that there is no blink into the left side. Here comes the Stim, but the blink forward. The Avenge might just have enough.
He has too much here, I feel. The Widow Mine is going to activate very shortly here.
Well, it seems to be in cooldown already. The Marines are moving in right now. There comes another hit, but Avenge with so many units.
The last of the SCVs are going down here. Marine King plays a greedy build. He gets punished, and Avenge with a great Blink Stalker execution here. And that last Widow Mine's going to fall, and so will Marine King. The streak ends here. It doesn't become a streak, in fact.
While the Marauders are still moving in, trying to change it. One of the Widow Mines moves in towards the barracks, trying to burrow in time, just barely able to pick it up.
Oh, he dodged it with the blink. Excellently done.
That was really well done. Great micro here by Avenge, and it looks like Marine King is out of luck in this game. He is down to 18 supply.
Yeah, he's just playing around with the Stalkers now, blinking for fun. And that's it. He's got nothing. Marine King has been known to leave games late, but
You know, this was actually so close for a long time. I thought that Marine King might just barely be able to hold this off. His stim finished, he suddenly had all those Marauders, but the Stalker count was just too high. And Avenge, even though at the beginning he microed a little bit weird, he had everything there where he needed it, and he is just going to take this game.
Marine King is, what is he going to do, lift his SCVs and fly them away?
Well, Marine King right now is down to 5 Harvesters. It's actually 10 Harvesters, 10 SCVs that he still has, but he's going to lose not only this command center, he's most likely going to lose both. Command center number 1 is dead.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we're going to watch him lose all of his buildings. Oh, that Blink, unfortunately, is on cooldown. He can't escape this time.
He can't possibly hope to win this game anymore. He doesn't have anything left. The Stalkers blink in again. They take down the SCVs. And there it is. GG indeed. StarTale was victorious. It is Avenge. The Avengers golden. And now the score is tied. It's 1-1. Marine King is out of the team match.
He really did just start to hit his execution a little better. You can see he was very stressed about that game. At the very beginning, some of his micro was a little bit shaky. He had a few misclicks. And, for example, when he first blinked, one of his Stalkers got caught outside. But eventually, the momentum that you get with this type of push was too much for Marine King to handle. It's really important to have your Marines where the blink is going to occur before it happens, and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly, and then of course with that great first time warp that we've seen, where he put it exactly at the ramp, it slowed everything down for Marine King. He lost a lot of the Marines there. And well, Avenge now, with 1 win so far, he of course has to face the next Prime player that we are going to see very soon. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's so many players on that bench they can choose from. I would like to see somebody like Bjorn or Creator next.
I don't know if I really want to see Creator. PvP always seems to be a little bit fragile. I'm not quite sure if you really want to send out Creator here. But Bjorn, for example, would be a really good choice. He already showed us in the past matches that he's always good for an all-kill. Is he going to be the player of choice, though?
Yeah, he may be. We saw just then Creator getting off of the bench, but it wasn't for the player announcement just yet, so he might actually just have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, of course, a lot of other players also on the bench. We have Maru, for example. We still have Emir, also one of the players that we could have seen, a Zerg player. We could have seen Lucy next.
Yeah, the only player I don't expect to see is the furriest one of all, Warhound. Yeah. But otherwise, you know, the sky is the limit. They have so many players they can choose from. Every choice, though, is really important right now because of our format that's been changed to not being a best of 9, being a best of 7 instead.
Yeah. If you think about it, they're still a little bit ahead because they have now an entire situation, the map choice, that gives him or the next player and this Prime team in general a bit of an edge, but of course as soon as you lose the next game then this is going to turn very, very fast. And with Marine King already out, it's very difficult when you face a team like LGIM or StarTale that has such a huge depth to the roster.
Yeah, it's actually, both these teams have such a huge depth, but StarTale today has more players here and more players to choose from, and it makes the Prime bench look in some ways a little bit more predictable. But who are they going to pick? And it's Maru,
the Marine Prince, trying to achieve what the King could not.
Yep. You know, try to see if he can turn things around.
I like to see Maru here. Maru is a good choice, another Terran player. That's definitely something that we kind of expected a little bit, being it Jan or Maru. It's the younger player. It is Maru Prime, and we're going to find out if he can take down Avenge. The Protoss player already showing us that he is not afraid to go for a one-base build. Very aggressive Link Stalker player on a kill on wastes.
You can see Maru's GSTL win rate currently below 50%, but that's quite common. Almost every player is in a situation like that. And I'm wondering how Maru is going to fare here. It's hard to say actually who I favor going into this one, because Avenge didn't really show us much more than a timing attack. He expected Marine King to go for Command Center first, then punished him with an all-in.
You know, Maru has a very different style from Marine King, and he has already seen that Avenge is a player who will play aggressive when he scouts what's going on. One of the things that blew me a little bit away in the last game was the blink dodge that we had on the Widowmine. That was exceptionally good. He knew exactly where the Widowmine was. He knew that it was a threat, so he moves in with one Stalker and he's ready for it. He just waits for the Widowmine and the shot and just BAM! blinks out of range. That was so well done.
I can't stress how hard it is to know. You have to make so many decisions. You have to know which stalker is being attacked, for example, and then blink it away. And from the rest of your stalkers, if you blink all your stalkers, then that's not efficient. And he was able to do that in like a split second.
Exactly. He moved one close enough, and he knew exactly that usually when the middle mine gets activated and you don't control it, that the first stalker, the closest stalker, is being targeted. So he took advantage of that. And Avenge here with the great micro. Now he's playing on DMZ against his next opponent. Maru, is he going to play a similar style to Marine King? I doubt it. But what is he going to do? He is known to be an aggressive player, so when those two collide, could be an epic game.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. DMZ is the map, and tensions certainly are high here going into set 3. DMZ, a map that gets picked quite often, in fact, in the GSTL. It's a map a lot of players like to play on.
Yeah, we see it a lot more often these days, and I actually like it. It's a very interesting map to cast. Maru, of course, is still a player that is a very young, one of the players that might have a bright future here, not only in Korea, but in RTS gaming in general. Before we talk about that, let's jump into game number 3 at the GSTL Season 1 2013 between StarTale and Prime.